Hey guys, it's Scott, Horse Face Daily, and today's video is going to be how to wager the 2022 Jim Dandy this weekend. And I think creatively, I'm going to have to play this race. It's such a small field, and it kind of makes it hard to, try to win anything, especially when it comes to trifecta, the super facts. You just ain't gonna get nothing, in a 5 horse field, or potentially four, whatever happens in Western River. So you need to go for other ways to find value. And luckily for us, you have a horse that I think is a surefire winner running the race before, and that's Jackie's Warrior. He was racing in the Alfred G. Vanderbilt, right before the race before. And this horse is 4 for 4 at Saratoga, has looked really good this year. I don't see no other horses in that field that could beat this horse. So you might want to start looking for some daily doubles and stuff like that, trying to see if you can get Jackie's Warrior in the race before over somebody, and you're gonna have to take one of these like three heavy favorites, and you have to take a stand against one. I think you could probably play two of them because I think Tawny Port could take a little bit of sneaky money, being my Brad Cox, and people trying to get creative to beat some of these horses. All these horses have just enough kink in the armor where somebody might try to take the fresher horse in Tawny Port. And I think personally, I think I'm gonna have to put Epicenter in here. I think Asmussen has won this race before with tenfold, and it was by Winchell Thoroughbreds. So I think this ownership group, could point to this race and like to get another win in it. So for that, I'm going to have to, throw Epicenter. And I believe he'd have got a better ride in the Preakness, he would have caught early voting. And he might better do that this time, is with the small fields be more of a match race. I don't think none of the horses are going to let the other ones get, too far away from them. Uh, I do think Zvan is going to have to take a step forward because in the Kentucky Derby, if you go back and watch, he kind of, ran behind Epicenter pretty much most of the way. And, at the end, he just couldn't catch him. It wasn't like he was coming from really far behind him. He essentially rode his, coattail throughout the whole race. If you go back and watch the replay. And, against some of the other top competition like Mo Donegal, Zandon really hasn't, beat some of these top horses. It just seemed like he's a slight tick below. So he could win, but he is going to have to take a step forward to be able to do it. And I think early voting, with that new dimension he showed in the Preakness could, certainly if he flashes that again, he has a tactical speed to set his own trip in the small field. And I think he could do a lot of damage. And for that, I think the two I'm going to have to include will be Epicenter and early voting in this, just because I think that these two are the two most likely winners. I'm going to play against Tawny Ports. I think, the Ohio Derby, he just took advantage of a weaker field. Even the Classic Causeway did win the Belmont Derby, but, that was him trying a new surface on turf. And, his dirt form was not really the best going into that race. And then Whiter Barrio didn't do anything in the Haskell. So I think Tawny Port's going to have to take an additional step forward to be a contender in this race and win. And he could. He is by Brad Cox, who, is no stranger to winning his share of big races these days. So I just think that, you got to play against somebody. You can't play all these horses. And Tawny Port's going to be one that I, wind up taking a stand against. So that's how I'm probably going to end up playing the race, guys. Just try to, look for some doubles, take Jackie's Warrior, and hope that you can get better odds on like Epicenter and early voting as opposed to just the win bets. You might bet a sneak 4 or 5 to 1 instead of 2 to 1. But thanks for watching, guys. More to come.